It's Thursday, which means we check in with our colleagues at Live. We are back in Phase 2 heightened alert, and it's frustrating, I know. Sometimes a staycation can serve as a much-needed escape. But if you're lacking the time for an overnight stay, a daycation may work just as well. Well, let's find out more about the daycation trend with travel correspondent Clara Lock. Hi, Clara. Clara, while some hotels do offer hourly or even day-use accommodations, daycations aren't confined to hotels because other platforms now are consolidating more than just hotel daycation options. What are some quick escape alternatives?
So one of the platforms that has recently come up is called Day Away, and what they do is work with hotels to curate daycation packages where you don't just get a hotel room, you get, fun things that you can do for the afternoon or for the day. So for example, Raffles Hotel offers an afternoon tea suite daycation. So you get high tea, Singapore slings, discounts at the spa. And then other hotels like Andaz, for example, has unique packages like champagne and mahjong package. So you get, in addition to the room and champagne and snacks, of course, you get a 2.5-hour mahjong lesson, which is great if you've always wanted to learn the game and you never got a chance. And some hotels also offer meal credits, so that gives you the flexibility to order what you want from their in-room dining menu or their restaurants prior to Phase 2 heightened alert. And Day Away has said that in the previous heightened alert season, some of these packages were really popular because people wanted to go out and just enjoy themselves and have a meal somewhere other than their own home.
Well, Clara, you got me at mahjong. But aside from the time factor, what else has contributed to the growing popularity of daycations?
So some people who enjoy daycation say they like the convenience of it, especially if you're a family with young kids, and going for a staycation for one night or a couple of nights will entail a lot of logistics like packing, and then when you come back you have to do laundry. So daycations mean that you have a lot less things to bring, so it's more convenient. And also for parents who want to get a break, and maybe have their other half take care of the kids for the day, it's a lot easier to get away for the afternoon than it is to be away the entire night. And in fact, the founder of Day Away says that this was one of the things she wanted to do for herself, and that's why she realized there would be a market there. But it's not just leisure that people are booking day-use rooms for. Some people book it to get work done if their home environment is not super conducive, or people want to have a celebration like a bachelorette party or an engagement party, or they want to do a photo shoot. So a founder of another of these platforms called Stayer says that they're currently in the process of educating people about the different ways that you can use day-use rooms, and hopefully the trend will catch on here.
Thank you, Clara. That was travel correspondent Clara Lock. You can check out her daycation recommendations on straitstimes.com. Out in cinemas today is a female-focused thriller, Gunpowder Milkshake. Interesting title. It centers on 3 generations of hit women who join forces to conquer a powerful crime syndicate. Film correspondent John Lui has reviewed it for the Straits Times, and he's here to share more. John, in your review, you said it's easy to dismiss this action flick as a John Wick franchise copy. But with a female-driven cast. Now, a few weeks ago, you said the heroine-led Black Widow's sting is mild. So does Gunpowder Milkshake hit the bullseye?
Well, I wish I could tell you it does, but let me just put it in context. Like John Wick, it is a fantasy world where assassins roam and gangs rule, and they all have specific rules of engagement. John Wick, there are things you can do, things you cannot do. You have rules here and you have rules there. Same thing with Gunpowder Milkshake. It's mostly women, and where it differs from John Wick is in 2 aspects, okay? It's a more emotional film than John Wick. This one has strong family relationships in it. There is an orphan that gets picked up and that needs to be cared for, and Karen Gillan, who plays the chief assassin, has a kind of a childhood trauma with her mother, played by Lena Headey, that she needs to come to terms with. And the second part where it's different from John Wick is that it's action is more stylistic, it's more stylized. You know, John Wick, they got these really rough, hard hits, hardcore hits, and kicks and all that. This one, there's gun action, but it's very stylized, it's set to music, it's almost like a music video. So if you're into hardcore action, I'm afraid this one won't satisfy. There are plenty of action scenes, but they're stylish, stylized action scenes.
Thanks, John. You can watch Gunpowder Milkshake in the cinemas from today. Now remember, in Phase 2 Heightened Alert, you can only go to the movies in pairs and you're not allowed to consume any food and drink. Speaking of F&B, food correspondent Eunice Quek has been checking up on what past contestants of Masterchef Singapore have been up to. Some have gone on to venture into their own F&B businesses here, but as we know, the whole industry has been struggling. So Eunice, you've been in touch with 3 contestants. Derek Cheong, who is the winner of the 2nd season. How has he kept his businesses afloat amid the pandemic?
So the thing is that Derek has a few things going on, so that's good for him, because currently a few things are on hold. So one of them being that actually he has been working at French restaurant Miraz's pop-up at Mandala Club, which is currently affected obviously by the no dining in restrictions. So then he's back to doing research and development for his private dining outfit 12 Flavors, which he started in 2019. That is also currently on hold actually in light of the pandemic. But he's still running his kombucha business called Brew, and that started in January this year. And both brands are actually meant to work together, where the kombucha is paired with the food at 12 Flavors. So a lot more work going on there, and that's good for him. A couple of other MasterChef contestants that I spoke to are actually, I would say, doing pretty well despite the current situation. Genevieve Lee of Sour Bomb Artisanal Bakery, which started last year as a home-based business, has opened its first store in Dhoby Ghaut earlier this month. And then you also have Aaron Wong of Jiak Song Mi Hun Kueh, his hawker store. He actually opened a 2nd outlet in Bedok a few weeks ago. So both of them have actually been seeing pretty long queues so far, and so I believe the MasterChef fame has definitely helped them for sure. The only thing is that it can be kind of a double-edged sword because people's expectations are really high. They are not spared any criticism, especially when it comes to impatient people in queues. And so it'll be interesting to see once the honeymoon period is over, you know, how they are able to maintain a regular base of customers.
Well, thank you so much for coming on to the show, Eunice. That was food correspondent Eunice Quek. The Friday pages in tomorrow's paper will have more weekend picks from my colleagues at Live.